So Vasari's question is, how do I humble myself to God? I'm learning how to humble myself to God. I would say simply ask the Lord, like, Lord, purify me. And I've prayed this prayer many, many times myself. Lord, purify me. Lord, sanctify me. And I would say, ask the Lord, say, Lord, teach me how to be humble. Humbleness comes with love. And when you begin to humble yourself, it's putting your flesh out of the way when you humble yourself. Another word for humble is to be meek. What is one of the fruits, what is the fruit of the Spirit? It's meekness. It's being humble. So humble yourself is like even when your flesh wants to be puffed up, even when your flesh wants to be angry and raise up in anger against somebody, it's sitting back and saying, okay, Lord, I surrender. So true humbling comes when you surrender. So when the police pulls you over on the side of the road and they say, get out of the car with your hands up, what is that? It signals, okay, policeman, I'm surrendered to you. Like there's nothing I can do. If your hands are in the air, there's not really anything that you can do. So when you put your hands up in the air and you surrender. So when you begin to surrender yourself, like when you surrender yourself, like it lays down everything. It lays down your fleshly desires. It lays down the material things. It lays down the materialistic things. And it's also, Lord, I submit and I surrender myself to you. And when not just saying it, but also performing it. I talked about last time on Friday. So I talked about sacrificing. If you need to go and watch it, then I encourage you, go and watch it. So when you begin to submit and you surrender and you sacrifice, okay, Lord, what do you want me to sacrifice? And he speaks this to social media. You're like, okay, Lord, I sacrifice social media. But then after you leave the prayer closet, you go back on YouTube, you go back on Twitter, you go back on Facebook, you go back on Instagram. Was that sacrificing social media? No. Well, Lord, I broke this soul tie with this person. And then a man of God comes to you or a woman of God and says, okay, so I heard you broke the soul tie. Well, yeah, I broke the soul tie, but I still text this guy like we're not dating, but I still text him. Was that sacrifice? No. When you break that soul tie, what are you going to do? You're going to block him on your Facebook. You're going to block him on your Instagram. You're going to unsubscribe to him on YouTube. You're going to unfollow him on Twitter. You're going to delete that phone number. You're going to delete your text messages. So I say that. Why? Because in the book of James, chapter 2, it says, faith without works is dead. James says, show me your faith without works, and I'll show you faith by my works. So we can have the faith to lay it down, and we can say that we lay it down, but where's the action? Lord, I lay down social media, but you continuously, get on Facebook. You continuously get on Twitter. So true humbling yourself comes and says, Lord, I sacrifice and I surrender and I submit myself to you. Lord, whatever you want me to do, I'm yours and you are mine. I'm willing to go. Here am I, Lord. Send me. Lord, how can I humble myself? How can I sacrifice? What do you want me to sacrifice? What do you want me to surrender? And Jesus may speak and say, fast from food for a full week. And if you are obedient, then you humbled yourself. Why? Because when you humble yourself, it gets your flesh out of the way. The reason that we typically fast with food is because the flesh gets hungry, okay? The flesh likes to eat food. And when you say, okay, I'm not going to eat food for a week, when you decide I'm not going to eat food for a week, what is that? It's like, okay, I'm denying my flesh food for a week. So you deny your flesh. When you deny your flesh, what happens? That is you humbling yourself. Fast from social media. Okay, God. How long? A month. Okay, you're going to delete Facebook, delete Instagram, delete Twitter, delete Discord, whatever you gotta do, lay it down. So I hope that answered your question.